Tommy, something's wrong with your camera. If you can hear me. Hey, Joy Lee.
Hi.
Hold on for me just a second. Just strike a picture for me, Joey.
Now I can't see you. Oh, there I am.
Don't worry so much about if you can see yourself or not. Just follow the sound of my voice, and I'm going to coach you right into it. Keep it up, Joey. Couple more minutes.
Couple more minutes. Oh my gosh. Whoa. How many more
Treat it like
minutes?
the Joey Lee show. You got the
Okay.
Joey Lee show right now.
Whoa. Hey. What is everybody doing out there? I hope one of these pictures looks good. Hey, I got my glasses upside down. I can see better, actually. This is cool. And they're stylish. Ah, 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 ah. Seriously, I can't see better. Hello. Hello. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, I forget the rest of it. Okay. I have a pen, marking pen. Thumbs up. Ooh, gotta aim it right. Keeps, keeps, or socks. Uh, uh, this is long, 2 minutes. Woo! I love a parade. I love a parade. Okay, I learned some new dance moves last night. I actually have to twist my waist, not my arms. I was told I need to twist my waist. I'm a smooth operator instead of a smooth operator. A smooth operator. A smooth operator. Hello there. This is Oz. Why did you come into my kingdom? I'm denying everything. And don't look at that guy in the corner. He's nobody. But you have to help us. You have to help us. You're the great wizard. And we brought our red shoes, sparkly shoes. Okay. All right. We'll help you. I guess we have to. It's part of the script. Yeah. I could read you part of the script I'm working on from a guy in California. Steinberg, you look worse than they said you did. Just one of the 11 lines. Steinberg, you look worse than I thought you did. Steinberg, I thought you look worse than they said you did. Steinberg, I thought you were worse than they said you did. I'm supposed to try it 3 ways. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. Maybe I'll make a movie out of it, like Joey Lee does Las Vegas, starring Brenda Brown and a cast of thousands, or maybe 10. She probably took a break. She's probably not even there anymore. I'm sitting here staring at my cell phone, talking to myself. I need to talk to my therapist. She once told me, she gave me a piece of paper and she told me to draw whatever I wanted on it. So a couple minutes later, I gave it back to her and she said, "Hey, you were supposed to draw something on this. You didn't draw anything." And I said, "What do you mean? I drew a blank." Ah, it's so stupid. Even I think it might be funny. Got my hair cut today because I want to look good for the show. Remember, we used to be able to do that when we were kids? Can't do it now. I guess our cheeks aren't as flexible. Or you could do these little, I'm a bird, I'm an eagle. Ah. La, 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 la. Hmm. I got my new cards. I'm bringing them to Vegas. Actually, the guy making my website lives in Vegas. And he made this graphic of me. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty much like me. And then it's got a QR code instead of a bunch of, see, here's my old cards. It has a picture of me, Joey Lee, and me in front of a microphone. I like the picture. And then it has a bunch of all my like social media stuff and my phone number. Why am I giving out my phone number to everybody? Isn't that like dangerous? But anyways, now I've got one that has my phone number on it and info@joeylee.com, my website, or no, my email. That's at the bottom here. QR code that will take them directly to my website. And what else? On the back side, it just says Joey Lee Comedy. And again, goes to my QR code and has the same information as in front. The my emails and my telephone number. And things have been ringing off the hook since I got these made. I haven't even given one out yet. You're getting all kinds of prank calls. People tell me that, hey, your cat's in my tree. I said, wait, I don't have a cat. And they said, hey, well, I don't have a tree. Okay, you never did that when you were a kid? Called prank calls. Can't do that now because you got to be able to grab somebody's cell phone and they can read oh, this is Joey. Oh, I'm going to beat him up because he's doing prank calls. But when we were kids, we get on the phone and, hey, I I think your cat's in our tree. Um, well, I don't have a cat. Oh, then um, we don't have a tree either. Or they say, hey, you got to call this number right away. And you write it down and it goes to the police station. I was victim as well as a predator in this situation, I have to say. One time, I called a guy by the name of Wild Bull Curry. He was an early wrestler he was probably in the 60s. And he played this real wild guy and would just beat people. And of course, back then they had these blood packets and they'd actually have razor blades that they would cut their foreheads and they would actually have blood plus other blood. And he lived in Columbus. And one day I found his number in a telephone book. You know what? They don't make telephone books anymore, I don't think. And I called him up and I just wanted to hear his voice. That's all. I can say, I listened to Bull Curry, Wild Bull Curry, and his son, Flying Fred Curry. He also lived in Columbus and he was a fireman. I don't think I called him. And then Randy Savage. Oh, you guys, we're going to beat you really bad. He was from Columbus and actually played for the Reds a little bit and then became Randy Savage.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Joey Lee.
Yep, I hear you. Did you hear me?
Count to 5 and say hi to Chef Betters.
One, 1,000, two, 1,000, three, 1,000, four, 1,000, five, 1,000. Hi, Chef Betters. Looking forward to seeing you eating those fried ribs.
Continue on. Thank you, Joey.
Continue. Continue talking. Is that what you said? Let's see. Four score and 7 years ago. Oh, I got to check. See, if I was Lincoln, I could have had on the back of my old business cards. I could have wrote the Gettysburg Address, but they didn't have business cards back then. Let's see. What can we talk about? Ooh, well, let me go get my keeps and sucks material. Some of this you'll be hearing in Vegas. I'm preparing the ones I'm going to do. Let's see. Okay. My doctor's so dumb, he thinks the cure for alcoholism is surgery. Keeps or socks? Oh, no. You can be my keeps and socks, okay? Can you hear me? Tommy? Tommy? Tommy D?
Howdy.
Can you hear me?
I do. I had my
Sounds like
volume turned.
sounds like we're just interacting.
Testing 1, 2, 3, Joey Lee.
I got it. I heard you.
Can you hear me? I do.
Let's see. Keeps or
Thank
socks?
you. Remember, there's a delay. So stop talking. One sentence, stop talking. Two
Okay.
sentences, stop talking. Thank you. Nope, nobody talks until I call your name. Two sentences, stop talking. Hi, Tommy D. Nope, nobody. No.
Hello, Brenda. I did hear the echo when Joey was talking.
It's because I live in the Grand Canyon.
I did hear the echo when Joey was talking.
Hold on, stop talking. You have to stop talking.
Because I live in the Grand Canyon.
I did hear the echo when Joey was talking.
Hold. Tommy D, count to 5, 3 minutes of comedy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome to 3 Minutes of Comedy from my back porch here in sunny Southwest Florida, where, as you can tell, it's not too sunny. It's kind of chilly. That's okay. It puts me in the Christmas spirit. You know, I was thinking a lot about Christmas lately. You know, it's interesting. If kids write a letter to Santa, the post office will intercept those and get the information back to the parents so they know what kind of gifts the kid wants. And they also send a letter back stamped from the North Pole, which is kind of cool. But it got me thinking about, what about the letters that dyslexic kids write? You know, letters to Satan. What do they do with those? Do they send them a reply from the South Pole? I think they probably let the parents know what gifts they want, but the kids that write letters to Satan probably get the Christmas gifts they want with no batteries. That'll teach them to write correctly. Now, Christmas has always been fun for me. You know, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and you know, I look forward to Christmas because Santa would always come through. And I remember one Christmas Eve, my mom didn't hear me creep down the stairs. She thought that I was upstairs in the bedroom fast asleep. And I looked out and I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe that night. And I knew right away what was going on. She was negotiating to make sure we got some great gifts. And I wasn't appalled. I was thinking, go, Mom. You know, If you put out, I'll probably get a brand new bike. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You know, I lived in a small town and batteries weren't an option. I remember one Christmas I got the toy I wanted was the Air Devils flying airplane. It's called the Solo Flight. And Santa forgot batteries. In a small town, Christmas morning in Connecticut, there's no batteries to be had anywhere. But my brother was understanding. Many times he said, "Hey, you got that Air Devil Solo Flight, didn't you, champ?" You know why they call it the Solo Flight? It flies so low because it's got no batteries. Yep. I punched him under the mistletoe that night. Yeah, I tell you what though, it's a magical time of year. My wife is looking forward to Christmas because, well, I don't know. She's been good all year, so chances are she's going to get something nice. Maybe a stunt double. I think she's hoping for that because, you know, I try. I'm just not. I just can't perform like I used to. You know what I mean? But she's understanding. She actually got me a nice T-shirt. It says, "I still look good naked." And I thought, man, she's awesome. You know. And then I put it in the laundry. I noticed on the back of it says "in the dark." So that was kind of mean, you know. But no, I love her. I do. She's great. She's great. In fact, you know, we've been together 16 years now. Just celebrate our anniversary, and after 16 years, she finally understands me. She put a hamper 6 feet from the corner of the bed because I put my clothes right at the edge of the bed at night, and she said, "Why don't you put them in the hamper? It's only 6 feet away." I said, "Well, honey, you know, if we get broken into in the middle of the night, you know, I might have to shoot somebody and got to get dressed first." She said, "You're going to get dressed before you shoot somebody." I said, "Well, honey, it's like Jack and Deere. You know, you're not allowed to do it naked. It's an unfair advantage. So I have to have the clothes here. And then in the morning, I just throw them in the hamper. So, you know, it works out well. It's just it's a training thing. She's learned to be patient, you know. She told me the other night that I actually snore, which I
1,
didn't know.
2, 3, Tommy D.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much for that comedy. We're over here cracking up. Go ahead and tell people where to find you if they want more of your kind of funny. Count to 5 and go.
Well, you can follow me on social media at Tommy D Comic. That works for Instagram, YouTube. Facebook is at Tommy D Comic 2024. I'm also on TikTok as Tommy D Comedy Guy. Or you can catch me in Las Vegas this Friday and Saturday at Chef Better's on the Go, where I'll be there telling jokes with the funny folks. I hope to see you then.
Perfect. Now you guys can just chit chat for a second, and thank you so much.
All right.
Chef.
Perfect. Now you guys can just chit chat for a second, and thank you so much.
Make sure you pee first.
Little public service announcement, you know. A lot of times the young people in the crowd can't imagine laughing so hard you pee yourself, but a lot of us older folks know it's really not that hard. Sometimes just a giggle will get the job done. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you a true story. I don't tell too many people, but I think you'll get it. But one of my early stand-ups last year around this time, I had incontinence, and I had surgery for it later. But you know, I had to go, like, you know, just urgently, very quickly, and like, you know, if you have less than 10 feet away from the bathroom. Well,
Yeah.
I was at an open mic, and I got this urge, and I went to the bathroom, and they were all occupied. And you know, where are you going to go? Except where you normally go when you don't have a bathroom. So I was wearing jeans, and of course that area of my jeans. They were blue, but it looked more blue. And I thought,
Darker blue.
I'm just going to be standing on this stage. I'm going to be seeing big wet stain on me. What am I going to do? Make it part of the act? Oh, yeah, I pissed my pants tonight. Really?
Yeah. Sometimes just got to roll with it, right?
But nobody noticed, at least as far as I could tell. But it's never happened since.
You know, it's funny. I had a near miss one time. I think it was one of the first few times I had a guest spot at a show, and I don't know, but I don't know if it's Chrome, whatever it is. Sometimes I was like, I got to take a crap right now. Like I have like, you know, a minute warning. Oh, and I just got to go, you know, and I got 5 minutes before I'm supposed to be on stage. And I got this, I got to take a crap right now. I think I set a record for the quickest series of sitting down, taking a dump, wiping off, and getting back on stage right on time. But I thought sure I was going to miss it. Give it up for our guest who's taking a crap in the bathroom.
Is in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where he thought because it's painted green, he thought it was the green room.
Yep. Yeah, we thought that'd be fun because I have wireless microphones to have somebody in there, you know, and as you introduce them, have them flush the toilet, then come out from behind the curtain. Yeah, it's coming together cool. We've got it down now. We're ready to start when I get back.
It's interesting that when we're talking right now, where there's no echo, and when you were doing it, you didn't have an echo. But previously, whatever, they must have done something because we always had echoes.
Yeah, when you were talking, I heard an echo, and I don't know. Like she said, count to 5, so I guess it must be a 5-second delay. So it's probably gonna be hard to do any like real time question and answer kind of stuff. I'm not sure. Man, I'm so excited. I can't believe it's right around the corner, literally.
Yeah. You're coming in tomorrow, right? I'm
yeah,
picking you up.
I get there around 9:00 at night. It's like a 12-hour travel day for me because, you know, I got the cheapest flight possible. There's like a 4 or 5 hour layover in Cleveland and whatever. But hey, I'm getting there on the cheap. So I'm looking forward to it.
I paid a little extra and I got a direct flight. I'm like,
see, I got my haircut today too to look all pretty, but I'm probably going to bring my hat because, you know, I can say I don't usually wear a hat on stage, but I thought today'd be a great day to get a bad haircut.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see you, but I can't see me on another part. Well, this hat.
No, I can't see you right now. She's got I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. She's got mine blown up big in the middle, so I don't see the other little squares. But before I did, I saw us both before.
Well, I got a hat on. It's orange hat that a guy that when I performed at the World Series of Comedy, he was our host.
Uh-huh.
His name is let me see, Mark Britton.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done a lot of stuff. I've read his bio, but one of the things he did that's probably his most famous stuff is he did like 8 or 9 voices on the anime show Dragon Balls. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Balls.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And so he was a pretty cool guy. So I bought 2 hats. One was rap style. Because if I ever want to do rapping, which I've got that joke about, you know, I used to be a rapper and then I switched to gift bags. And
I like that one.
Later on, sometime down the line, I'm going to create a rap song. So I'm trying to make
a parody of "Baby It's Cold Outside" about trying to make out outside in the snow.
Yeah,
and I just keep jotting down these words that will fit, you know. Where did it go? Here? Baby, it's cold outside. Is that gonna grow? Baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah. Let's go inside. If it
got big, it'd be very nice. But your hands are cold as ice.
I
Anyway,
wonder if I can use this in my EPK. It says Joey, 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 great working with you, 2024 MB, Mark Britton.
nice.
Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Let's see now.
Now we're normal size. So
I
I
don't
bought
have
a.
my uniform on.
Yeah, I didn't recognize you without the orange.
I'll show you something real quick though.
Go ahead.
I'm bringing these two. I gave out my last T-shirt about a week ago, I think, and so I had some made. This is the front
Oh.
side.
With a QR code.
Joey, Joey, Joey. Now the thing I added, and I'm not sure if I like this or not, but it's got a bullhorn in between. It used to just have a dash.
I kind of like the bullhorn.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. He strongly recommended, so I said okay. And then on the back, and then it's got a QR code on the shoulder and the stomach, and then the big QR code with the words Joey Lee Comedy.
And that links to your website?
Yeah, that links to my website, which is being made as we speak.
Cool.
And then I got these cards made, got them today as well. I can't always get Joey Lee
Yeah.
Comedy.
Yeah.
And then on the front side is a logo of me he created and a QR code. And it just has my email address, which I don't know how to get to. And I'm sure there's thousands of emails already in there.
Right.
And hate mail, probably at least. And my telephone number.
So I designed
So-
some business cards online, and one of my friends said, make sure you put a photo on there so it stands out. So I designed them, uploaded the photo, it all looked good, and I ordered them. And when I got them, this is how they came in.
Where are you?
Can you see?
Oh,
It
okay.
said-
I
there's
don't
no
see a
picture.
photo. I see
Yeah,
a
it says
thumb.
linked image not found, right? So I called to complain, and it became a bit. So the bit is I designed them online, previewed the photo, approved the process, and hit purchase. And they showed up, no picture. So I called the Vistaprint people. I said, hey, there's no picture. And they said, well, your picture did not meet our minimum standards. And I said, for resolution or size? And they said, decency. So apparently the Vistaprint people and I have a different definition of decent size.
Oh, wow.
But
I'm
use your
sure-
imagination for that photo. It would have been memorable.
I'm sure you're on the 10 most wanted list. Here's my current one. As just says Joey Lee and a picture of me.
Yeah.
And then underneath here is a bunch of social media addresses.
Cool.
So
I just bought a
upgraded.
used t-shirt heat press, 15 by 15 heat press, so I can do my own. And I ordered some a sheet of transfers. And the first one I wasn't paying attention and I approved it, and it's wrong. The font's too big and it should have been white and it's black, so it's kind of scrapped. And I'm going to practice on some white t-shirts. But I got it dialed down now where I have it works out to 99 cents for a print. And I can buy bulk t-shirts for $3 a piece, and I have the press. So I'll be able to make them for like $4, and I'll probably sell them for 10, 15. Eventually, like right now, I'm not putting the cart before the horse. No one knows who I am. It's not like, a big draw. But I did pick up a dozen of these pixelated glasses. When I bought these things, they were $5 a piece, 2 for $10. And I found a source, 12 of them for $14.99. So that's like $1.20 a piece. And I'll just sell them for $4 or $5. It's part of my joke on stage about having these practical effects. But that'd be cool. And then I got a bunch of those wristbands. I'm going to bring the wristbands and the glasses with me. I'm not going to bring any t-shirts. Although I'm trying to make one for that joke that the shirts I'm going to make say I still look good naked on the front, and on the back it says with the lights out. So if I can get one made like a mock-up tonight, that'll be part of the joke. I'll have it on under my shirt, and I have a bit about being a male stripper, and then I'll show you a bit of my act and pull it off, and there's the shirt says I still look good naked, and say, oh, my wife got me the shirt, blah blah, she's so sweet. And then when I'll have the mic stand behind me where I'll put my outer shirt on the mic stand when I'm talking about my t-shirt. So then when I turn around to get my shirt back on the back you'll see with the lights off. So I think that'll be funny. And depending what kind of response I get, then I might actually make a bunch of the shirts up for later on. But like that's down the road. I'm just, I'm watering the lawn, putting the pieces in place. It's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to getting out there.
Well, I had my 1-year anniversary on the Thanksgiving Day. And so I sent a short little note to some of my close friends that, been basically part of my inner circle.
Uh-huh.
And I basically said, well, my theme last year was go, just go.
Right.
Ready, set, go. And my goal was 30 minutes of really hilarious material. Well, I think I'm probably around depending on how I feel, somewhere between 3 to 5 to 7 minutes.
Right.
Depending on how I feel on a given day. Probably have more. But then I said, okay, this year's theme, and I need to make my goals, but the theme for the year is pizza. And what does that mean? Well, the pizza in size represents the jokes. So I have probably a personal or small size pizza right now. I need to grow to a medium, large, extra large. And so I need to grow my pizza size. But also, when you buy a pizza and they bring it to your house, they don't just hand it to you. They hand you the box. So the box is the delivery system. So if you're funny, but nobody in the world knows you, they don't have access to your social media and stuff like that, or you send them an email, but you don't have an EPK, your chances of getting hired are not good. So I'm trying to bring the infrastructure side together with the humor side. That's my strategy for this year.
Well, like I said, I didn't want to put the cart before the horse, but you can't buy a cart until you have a horse. So I'm kind of doing the same. It's like, I want to be able to make merchandise that would be, appealing where people would buy it. I want to learn more about social media and making, reels and videos that get recognized. And that's all about algorithm and timing and size. It's crazy. Like I've had some videos I put out and they'll get, 50 views or 60 views. And then I put one out, and it gets, one of them got 10,000 views. And it's like, what? And then the next one gets 100 views. And I don't understand. I put out 2 videos in one night, 2 minutes apart. One of them got 17 views. The other got 698.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So I got to figure that out too. But I'm also really trying to cultivate relationships locally in my area, because that's the word of mouth and stuff like that's where I'm finding so far that's what's paying off the best. So, and I can't really, I'm still working for the next year, so I can't really, if someone says, hey, you want to come to Ohio next weekend? Probably can't. So, I'm really trying to hone my craft and stick within a couple hour radius of here. But it's coming slowly but surely.
Yeah. There's the business side and the funny side. And I think that all I've heard pretty consistently is the business side is 90% of it.
Yeah.
humor is 10%.
Well, I've paid to go see comedians and this and that, and honestly, they're no funnier than anyone else I know. But they've got the marketing, they've got the infrastructure, like you said,
Yeah.
to make a business of it. So I don't know. I think the whole secret is you can get hired once anywhere, but you're only going back if you're funny. So uh, you can't rely on just one. You know, you could have the best marketing to get yourself hired in a bunch of places once, but if you don't have them funny, then you're just, you know, wasting your time. So I tried something. I've been hosting at this comedy club, and when you're the host, you basically have 10 minutes, and you got about a minute and a half to 2 minutes of announcements. So effectively, you have 8 minutes to do your stuff before you bring up the feature. And I had Thursday, Friday, and 2 shows on Saturday. So what I did was a different 8 minutes each of those 4 days, and recorded everything to say, okay, where's the funniest jokes? Here's approximately 32 minutes of telling jokes. Where's the real funny ones? You know, I want to get that perfect feature 25-minute set that's all killer, no filler. You know, but most of the time when I go see someone, they start strong, they end strong, and in the middle is filler. So, you know, I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
heard
figure.
someone say, put your second best joke um, second behind your first joke, and your very first joke, your funniest joke, last, or something like that. Put your
Yeah,
second
you want to
funniest joke
leave
first,
them on a high note because they'll
and your
forget all the
funniest
filler
joke
if they end up
last.
laughing. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Uh, it's fun figuring it out, though. I'm loving the journey so far. You know, and it's neat. Every little step, every little accomplishment, every little victory, it just fuels you to just keep pushing that much harder. You know, I would I would love to be at that spot in life where that's all you do. That would be great. But that's you know, it's down the road. But first, you got to make the commitment. You know, I always had these motivational things at my old job, you know, little sayings and little placards and this and that. But the one of them that I love the most is we committed to going to the moon before we knew how to get there. And I
Oh
thought, yeah,
yeah. There's
that's how
another
you got to
twist.
do it,
There's
right?
another twist is to that story that's also true is, and this is about being unified and everyone being unified and focused on the same goal. A lot of times people have different goals or different ideas.
Right.
Um, but the power is when you're unified, you can accomplish a lot more. And the story is told a little bit differently. And it says, if you went to NASA um, during the time between Kennedy's announcement and when they actually got in the moon, 1969, July, I think, 20
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Um, if you ask the janitor, you say, what's your job? He says, to go to the moon. You ask the
Yeah.
secretary, what's your job? To go to the moon. You ask the engineer, what's your job? To go to the moon.
Yep.
So they had one goal
Yep.
that they all shared. It wasn't like, hey, my job is to keep the house the room clean or type letters or do science
Yep.
project. It was to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3, Joey Lee.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, Joey. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How about you, Brenda?
Joey Lee, remember to count to 5 in your head and then respond. Husband calls home after a hard day's work and asks wife, what's for dinner? Wife replies, I didn't cook. Husband brings home takeout for himself only. Who's wrong? 60 seconds, spit, and go. What's for dinner? Wife of five. I didn't cook. Husband brings home takeout for himself only. Who's wrong? 60 seconds, spit, and go.
Well, I would say the husband's wrong.
Takeout for himself only. Who's wrong? 60 seconds, spit, and go.
I would say the husband's wrong. I would say the husband's wrong because
It's a feedback.
he should be the bigger man. Instead of expecting his wife to be the bigger man. Do you want me to keep talking? And he should pick something that she especially likes, not what he picked, so he could show her unfavored love, unmerited love, not unmerited love, unconditional love. Instead of bringing her White Castles like you'd want to do, you bring her maybe Five Guys burger if you have those. I think they have those in Las Vegas. And those are my thoughts, pretty much. And let's talk about some more.
Thank you, Joy Lee. That was wonderful. Now tell everybody where they can find you if they want more of your funny.
Hey,
5
if you want
seconds
to,
and then tell them.
you can find me at joeylee.com. joeylee.com, and that has all of my social media and some past performances and where I'm going to be. Right now, that area is empty except for this weekend. And just go to joeylee.com, my website. That's it. That's where you'll find me. Well, you'll find me at my house, too. Now, Brenda, can I say something?
Tommy D, tell everybody where they can find you. 1, 2, 3, then go.
I'm Tommy D. You can find me on most social media at Tommy D Comic. Works on Instagram as well as YouTube. If you're looking for me on Facebook, it's Tommy D Comic 2024. Also, there's my email. And make sure you pee first before you watch any of my videos because I've been known to cause some damp knickers due to laughter.
So even though he's talking, he'll be able to hear us.
Thank you, Tommy D. Wonderful job. You and Joey can go back to talking.
I believe that's what she's saying.
Okay.
Joey, did you notice when Brenda talked, I heard a distinct feedback like 3 times, the whole loop of what she said.
Yeah,
Like,
I also noticed that. And in fact,
Yeah.
she said to do 5 seconds, but I waited till the echoing or the feedback stopped, which was probably 10 seconds.
Right. But after you started talking, I still heard,
My
she
echo.
read the question, and then I heard the question again, and I heard the question a third time, like 3 complete
Yeah, I
loops of
did too.
feedback.
I hope they got that. I tried to say something, but I don't know. We're not patched in, I guess.
Yeah, well, I just put it in the chat. I don't know if she's looking at the chat, but I just typed it in there too. Well, I was checking in for my flight on the phone, and I realized I actually do have a carry-on bag, so I don't have to wear 3 outfits of clothes. That's good. And then
Well, I'm trying to bring merch,
yeah.
and I'm going to stay a week and a half, so I'll probably bring 4 pair of underwear. No.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was laughing today. I put on a pair of underwear, and they looked normal. And then later on the day, when I slid them down and used the throw in there, I'm looking, and there's 2 holes the size of $50 on either side of the seam. I just holes right through the bottom. Like, how old are these things? A, and B, what did I eat? I think we tend to hang on to drawers a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Have you seen these the underwear with 2 pouches now?
2 pouches. No, like
Yeah.
like you put your hands in your pockets.
No, that separate the meat from the potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Supposed to offer extra support and keep you cooler. Oh my God. I don't have any, but I joke about that. You can't figure it out. So they remind me of the old, I said, so the joke is that my wife got me some fancy new underwear for Valentine's Day. You've seen these things? A twin pouch design. It's supposed to lift and separate and be bulge enhancing. I said, it's just confusing, actually. I wore them for 6 days straight, so I couldn't figure out how to get them off. Remember the old car radios? You push one button in, the other one popped out. That's how these work.
Yeah.
Every time I try to remove the contents of one pouch, it go in the other pouch.
Well, I got 2 jokes that probably could make my keeps and socks.
Yeah.
Because they haven't made it otherwise. It's, do you know why they invented men for underwear, or underwear for men? It's because so when you zip up your pants, you don't get your penis caught in the zipper. Okay, all right. Socks. All right. Here's the next one. I tell you, my parents were so cheap. I always had hand-me-down underwear, and from my sister. That was a delayed reaction. Count to 5, and then we'll laugh.
I have a similar one about growing up. We didn't have much money, So when the school year started, I had 2 choices. I could get new clothes and keep my old sneakers, or wear hand-me-downs and get new ones. And I didn't mind wearing hand-me-downs because the new sneakers made me run faster. That came in handy that first day of school when I almost got beat up. I showed up in a secondhand sundress.
Yeah. Nowadays, that would look out of place. Back then.
Back then.
Well, what that would tell you, if you had a dress on and you were, say, a high schooler or middle schooler, what that meant was you refused to cut your hair. And your dad said, if you're not going to cut your hair, you're going to wear a dress. That's what my dad said.
Yep.
So those are the people who refused to do what their dad said.
That was one of my favorite jokes. I don't remember who actually came out with it, but the teenage boy's got long hair, and his dad says, you need to get a haircut. And the boy said, he said, can I borrow the car? And if I said, not till you get your haircut.
And get your
He said,
grades
"Come on."
up.
He said, Jesus had long hair. And Dad says, yeah, but if you remember, Jesus walked everywhere he went.
Where he went. Yeah, I heard that one.
I love the old classics. You know, you get annoyed if you do a competition and there's guys in there just doing canned jokes that are truly in like 2 or 3 of the joke books you have in your bathroom, and people are going crazy like these guys are great, and it's like you're just telling somebody else's old jokes. These aren't, I mean, it's still funny, but to me, if you're in a competition, it should be original stuff, I would think.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
it should always be original.
Exactly.
I mean, I could do Rodney stuff, probably get away with it because a lot of people don't know who he is.
Yeah. You know, I went to a comedy show one time, and it's so fun because there was an open mic afterwards, and the headliner and the feature stayed, and they each did about 5 or 10 minutes of material that they had just done in the paying show for free in the open mic, and all the open micers did their stuff. And then at the end of the night, the feature, the headliner, and the host got up there, and they just told their favorite street jokes, not their own jokes, just their favorite, funniest, old jokes. And that was a hoot because they weren't saying, these aren't my jokes. These are just my favorite street jokes. And that was a fun time. They're not taking credit for it, but they're telling hilarious jokes that I had heard some before, some I hadn't, but none of them were theirs. They're just their favorite jokes, That was cool.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the shows, and I don't get invited to many because I'm not in cliques in Columbus.
Right.
But there seem like they're, they changed the flyer to something else. Black Friday, it's now Black Friday 2, or it's now Brown Friday.
Right.
And then they have the same 4 or 5 comedians come up and do 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes each. And of course they promote it as, oh, this will be the best show ever. And then when they're done, they'll say, oh, it was the best show better. We killed everybody.
Yeah.
And then if you were there, you'd say, I don't remember that.
Well, did you watch that? Did you watch that open mic that Damien was hosting? He put the video up there. It's like an hour and a half long. That
I didn't
open
watch
mic.
the whole hour and a half. I think I watched just him.
I kept skipping through, and it's like it was brutal. Nobody was laughing at anything. It's like that's just a brutal show. And at the end, they're like, yeah, it's the greatest show. I was like, no, it wasn't.
Well, was there anybody in the audience?
I don't know. The camera just pointed at the stage, so you didn't know, but I heard very little laughter. It was painful to watch. But hey, we've all had nights like that. It was surprising because like nobody was getting laughs. So maybe it's a super tough crowd. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, the jokes were meteor.
One of the first thing I learned was compared to when in the 80s, seemed like comedians went to comedy clubs and had open mics. And of course, there'd be a bigger crowd. So every week you got to perform in front of a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
And therefore, you got real time feedback. Hey, if nobody laughed at that joke and there's 100 people in a room, you might want to reconsider that joke. Maybe try it 5 times. And if it bombs 5 times, you give up. Put something else in there. But now you go to open mics and there's nobody there. There's 3 people in a chair. And only the chair's laughing.
Yeah,
And you're supposed to try to figure out if this joke is working. But what I did as an engineer was I tried this system. Whenever the keeps and sucks is very clear. It's either keeps or sucks. I also did the 1, 2, 3. Okay. If there's just not that many people in the room, I just say 1 means it's like no good. 2 is kind of medium and 3 is high. And I just have them rate them that way. And then of course I wouldn't be videotaping, I'd be audio taping, and I go, okay, there's 3 3s and a one. And then when I listened to it later, I put in that number into my spreadsheet.
Uh-huh.
And then I started figuring, well, sometimes, like you said, there's nobody there. So
Right.
I would say I would tell a joke and somebody actually made a noise. And I would say, oh, she laughed. Now people are
Yeah.
thinking, oh, that's part of your act. But what I was really doing was when I listened to the tape, I wanted to hear, oh, when I said she laughed, that's probably a 3.
Yeah.
And then if there was like, maybe somebody moved their chair a little bit, I might say,
Well,
hey, I heard a noise somewhere. And that meant 2. And then if I said, oh, I heard a pin drop, then it was a 1. And you know what? Then I'd do this like 15 times. Then I'd take the best jokes, bring them to a stage of 100 people at a real comedy club and do them. And then the ones that got big laughter, those were 3s. The ones that got some laughters were 2, and the ones that got no laughter were 1. I
hmm
basically take all the 3s, and those were my good jokes.
Yep.
And what I did was I correlated the calculated number from these, hearing squeaks and one person laugh or somebody moving their chair or smiling. Oh, he smiled. That's a 2.
Yeah.
Was I correlated how the actual big audience rated the joke, and I found a correlation factor.
Hmm.
So I know if I get to at least a 2.2 average out of about 10 or 15 times performing that joke on a open mic, then that's equivalent to probably a 3.
Yeah, open
Anyway,
mics are tough at a small venue. They have one every month at the comedy club, and it's after the show. So there's usually 100 people there, and that's a great one to get real feedback. But I've really cut back on doing the ones that kava bars and sports bars where you got a dozen people watching the game because I don't feel you can get really good feedback. Although the argument to that is if you get a laugh in a crowded sports bar with 20 TVs on, it's a great joke.
right.
Right. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, I guess. I don't know. But I've actually started
Or
going through.
you get big laughs at a crowd full of comedians only.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can't help but laugh. Oh, I don't want to laugh for him, but they're going to put their hand on their face
Yep.
to stop laughing.
There's a group here that has a comedy workshop. It's open to the public, and it's comedians. They each do up to 15 minutes, whatever they want. And there's generally 10 or so that go up on stage. It's on a real stage, like at a bar, but it's in a separate room. And it's as a comedy workshop. And it's typically mostly comedians in the audience. And they workshop ideas. Like if you want, you can get feedback in real time or wait till the end. And that's kind of fun because you say, hey, change the order of those 2 words, or instead of saying penis, say wiener, or, and you get real feedback from other comics, which that's kind of fun with the camaraderie aspect of it. But it's kind of weird when it's a hybrid of comics and then people that are coming, because on one hand, it's not really a comedy show. It's a workshop, but they're also seeing jokes evolve for free. So I do that one once in a while. They have it every week, but it's an hour away. So like I say, I don't do that one that often, maybe every month or 2.
Yeah.
But typically I just do it at the comedy clubs. And the hosting too. That's a great that's where I try out a lot of my new material.
Yeah.
Like I know I'll start with a good one and end with a good one, and I might put 1 or 2 new ones in the middle to see how they go. And if they go, I keep going with it. And if they don't, then I go back to the tried and true, but I throw them in. That's kind of a good one because you're there again, though. You're at a regular comedy club and people came to laugh. So it's kind of in your favor,
When I do keeps and sucks, a lot of times, not only will people shout out keeps or sucks, but they will also say, That's definitely a keeper. Or that one needs some work. You might want to change this word to that word. So the audience is giving like a workshop to me.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love
You know
it.
what? One piece of advice that a headliner gave me, and his name is Mark Evans. He's traveled the country. He's had a couple dry bar specials, I think, and he knows this. He's been doing it for 15 years. But we were chatting one night about social media, and he said, my advice to you is, because I would record everything I did and put it out there on YouTube, public, so anybody could see it. And he said, honestly, Tom, I would take
Just your
anything that
best.
you don't want a booker to see and take it down. The only thing that you want up there is when you're on stage at Vasani's or Snappers or the library, at a real comedy club, because otherwise you might have a great joke, but if you're standing on a pallet behind a record store and a booker sees that, he sees an open micer. He says, you tell that same joke on stage at a comedy club and the booker goes, this guy might be worth taking a look at. So I went back through and I took 90% of my stuff down. The only thing I have up there is stuff from comedy clubs. But I have learned, instead of putting up, I will put up the whole 7-minute bit if you want to watch the whole thing. But I also do separate jokes, edit out and I'll put one joke out as a reel or a TikTok or something, a 15-second or 16-second. And those are the ones that get the traction. And then if they click on it, then it takes them back to see the whole set. So I'm 60 years old. Technology is not my strong suit, so I'm just trying to figure it out too. But so far, it's been a pretty interesting journey.
Well, I've got this guy doing, and we're probably going to meet while I'm there in Las Vegas because he lives there. And he's going to attempt to teach me all these, how to do things, maintain the site myself.
Yeah.
But he also told me, he said, anyhow, if you ever have a question, our relationship doesn't end when the project is done.
Well, that's a great friend to have. But like for me to take, I record an 8-minute bit. Then I get home at night. Then I got to upload that bit to either Google Drive or YouTube in private. And then I got to edit the thing. And it takes me hours to take and put a 16-second joke out on the internet. You know what I mean? And I know with practice and knowledge, it could be a pretty streamlined process, but I haven't figured that out yet. I did figure out that I bought a used iPad and I record them on my iPhone. And then when I get home, they automatically sync. So I don't have to upload it to the cloud and download it to my, or I can just airdrop it to the iPad. And that saves a lot of time too. And then I can edit it from there. But I don't have a stylus, and it's kind of hard to do it with your finger, dragging the sliders and this and that. So I did just get a Bluetooth mouse that will work with the iPad. So, maybe good times are right around the corner. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, like I said, I recognize that, some of the social media is just like, I don't know, what's the word I'd use? It's just smoke and mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
But it's there, and people look at the mirror with the smoke in it.
Yeah.
And are
well, like the running
so
joke
is play that game, and some of it's useful.
Well,
For example,
the running joke of my friends in my back porch, we turned it into a comedy club. It looks better than some of the comedy clubs I've been to, but it seats about 12 people. But it looks better than most of the comedy clubs I've been at. You'll literally come out from behind the curtain. There'll be 2 cameras, so you have a 2-camera shoot. And the way the camera, you're seeing over the heads of the people. You don't know if there's 200 people in there, the 12 that are here. So we're going to start doing, recording sets here, and then we can edit those out. And, on one hand, it's smoke and mirrors. On the other hand, is it? I mean, you're coming out from behind the curtain, you're telling jokes in front of a live crowd, and they're laughing. Does it matter if it's on your back porch or if it's at the comedy club?
Well, I always wonder when, certain comedians like to brag about their social media stats.
Oh, yeah.
I got the video of the year, or whatever. And I got 2 million followers or whatever. And I just keep saying, if you're winning like I don't know what this a video of the year could just be like, hey, everybody in my house gets a chance to make a video, and whoever's the best is the video of the year.
Exactly. I mean,
Okay.
you can buy
So,
followers, buy 1,000 followers for $50 and you can buy your own awards. I'm
yeah,
letting things go organically,
you got to be specified. Like, what award did you win? Oh,
Mhm.
it was best video of the year according to Funkin'
Everyone,
Wagnalls magazine.
yeah, exactly. But now there's a fine line though too between self promotion and smoke and mirrors. Like even this weekend, right? One hand, he said, "Yeah, I just did a show in Vegas and it was great." And look at the video, crowd was awesome. It's all true, but I didn't get flown out to Vegas. I didn't get put up in a hotel. I wasn't headlining. I was
Yeah.
part of a ensemble cast, and we paid our way out there because we wanted to meet, and we had a good time. So, which is it? It's both, really.
Well, especially if it goes well, and even if it
Yeah.
doesn't go well, you can still show clips of it that
Yeah.
it makes it appear to look well.
Well, I told my wife, I said, I'm so thrilled to go. I said, but I guess the golden parachute is if it fails miserably, it's on the other side of the country, and most of my real friends aren't going to see it.
Yeah.
Unless I put it out there.
Yeah, the double-edged sword is if we do well, we get the benefits. If we do poorly, we might be cutting our throats.
Well, and also, so best case scenario, say we do great, and there's some guy in the audience who's a booker, and he says, Joey, you're freaking fabulous. I'd love to have you. And you're like, yeah, but I live in Ohio, and I can't fly out here every weekend. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, I am excited and terrified at the same time, Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. But when these people bring up their stats and stuff like that, I always say to myself, well, if you're so good, why are you still in, Columbus, Ohio doing your thing here?
Yeah.
Why aren't you in like Hollywood or wherever, famous comedians go, which is being a headliner in a comedy club, which you're not doing.
Comedy's not linear. Like if you've been playing piano for 10 years, every day, in 10 years, you're going to be fantastic. But I run into people all the time. Oh, I've been doing comedy for 10 years.
1 2 1 2. Tommy D, how you doing? Now.
I am doing so good. I had to pinch my wife to make sure I wasn't dreaming. I did not hear the feedback this time. The first time I heard a loop feedback 3 times. This time I didn't hear it.
Perfect. Okay, guys, remember when you hear my voice, immediately stop talking so that we can test. So, Tommy D, what I want you to do for me is I want you to give me a 60-second Chef Better's on the go, 60-second spit commercial, and count to 5 and then go.
Well, if you're starving and you don't have anywhere to go to Chef Better's on the go. There's no better place to go than Chef Better's. I know because I'm going. And it's not just the fried ribs. Nope, it's everything. It's like good home cooking, even better. It's like your wife's cooking if she could cook as good as your mom. You know what I mean? Like you can't say, honey, your stuff's good, not quite as good as mom. That gets you into trouble. So avoid that altogether. Just go to Chef Better's on the go. You'll be glad you did. And if you tell them that you went there because Tommy D told you to, you'll pay the same price I do, which is full price. But still, it's a great deal. That's why I'm going. In fact, I'd probably be back. I'm already hooked, and I haven't even tasted it yet. But I know it's great. Looking forward to seeing you there this weekend. Chef Better's on the go. You'll be glad you went.
And time. Thank you so much, Tommy D. Now tell everybody where they can catch you just one more time.
You can catch me all over Southwest Florida live. If you want to catch me on my socials, it's at Tommy D Comic on Instagram and YouTube. On Facebook, it's Tommy D Comic 2024. Stop by, drop a like, say hi, and I'll get back to you. Remember, it's not the picture, it's the guy holding the card. Stop by, drop a like, say hi.
Thanks so much, Tommy D. You did amazing. Now, Joey Lee, count to 5 and hold on one second. Let me get this together. Oh, no. Okay. Hi, Joey Lee, and hi, Tommy D. You guys are doing amazingly, and it rhymes. So, you know, I'm telling the truth. So now what I want is Joey Lee, I want you to count to 5, and I want you to give a 60-second Chef Better's promotional spit, and go.
1,000. Hey, if you're hungry, really hungry, come to Chef Better's on the Go, because she brought Southern cooking down up to Las Vegas. You probably can't find that kind of cooking anywhere except down in Alabama, Mississippi, West Virginia. She brought it down here and it's delicious. People down there are wanting to make franchises of her business up here. That's how good it is, because those people know what good Southern soul food tastes like. So come down to Chef Better's on the Go and get fried ribs is one of her specialties, but she's got a lot of great sides that you'll love. I like the coleslaw myself, but come down and see her, and you will not walk away empty. In fact, you probably won't be able to walk away. You'll be
Thank
so
you so
full.
much, Joey Lee, for that rendition. Now go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you. Remember to count to 5 and go.
Hi, this is Joey Lee. You can reach me at joeylee.com. And you can find out all of my information. And my next upcoming show is this weekend in Las Vegas at Chef Better's on the Go. Thank you.
I finally figured out the lighting problem I was having, so now you can see my face, even with the hat.
What was it?
I had to move the bar area actually, and then I repositioned my. There's a bright light right over here now from a beer sign that now reflects off my face. I was facing the other direction, so now I'm actually getting front lit diffused, so you can see every wrinkle on my face. I don't know if that's good or bad, but no more hiding in the dark.
Yeah, I should have got like a hydrofacial or whatever those things. Take a few years
Yeah.
off my life. Might look like
You know what's
I'm
crazy?
60.
I started using Face ID to unlock my phone because I kept forgetting the password, and it doesn't work first thing in the morning. I just look rough. Doesn't know who I am.
Hey, this guy don't shave. He's not him.
What are those bags? Is that your grandfather? Funny how fast that sneaks up on you. You go to bed one day at 50 and you wake up and you're 60. It's like Rip Van
Yeah.
Winkle. Crazy.
Well,
Crazy.
there's a technical reason why children. It seems like when you're a
Hey
child.
guys, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Sometimes this phone is a little cantankerous. You guys remember Marlene? Put your fingers on your nose if you remember Marlene. That's not your nose, Tommy.
That's my nose.
There we go. All right. So what I want you guys to do is it's time to get off of here. But Marlene's been such a good button pusher that what I want you guys to do is I want you to one by one shout out Marlene for her hard work. Joey Lee, you're gonna go first. Remember, count to 5 and let her have it. And go.
Hey, I just want to make a shout out to Marlene, who's been working hard behind the scenes to make all of this work. And she's working at it, all this work. Thank you for Chef Betters. Thank you for Brenda Brown. And we really look forward to coming and seeing everything run smoothly. Again, thank you, Marlene. See you soon. Bye-bye.
That was so awesome, Joey, and thank you so much. She's sitting right here, cheesing from ear to ear. Now, Tommy, it is your turn. Take 10-second pause. Take 10-second pause and let her hear your shout out. And let's go.
You know, every superhero has a sidekick. Batman had Robin, Lone Ranger had Tonto, and Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child, has Marlene. Not only is she talented, she's beautiful. And I tell you what, if I didn't have this gold band on my finger when I got to Vegas, I'd be turning on the charm and sweeping her off her feet. Or I'd hire her to run my social media because she's that good. She's awesome with the buttons, and she's awesome for keeping us going, keeping this flowing. And we appreciate everything you do. Keep it going. Also, shout out to you, Brenda Brown, for making the Sauce in the City happen. We can't wait to get to Vegas and do this live. We're looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be fun. And whoever is not there yet, we better be there by the time we get there because it's going to be a hoot. Thanks for all you do, Marlene. Thank you, Brenda Brown. Thank you, Chef Betters. Let's have a fun weekend. I can't wait.
Thank you so much, Tommy D. You and Joey Lee have been such a family. Look, that rhymes. So you guys have been such a joy. I'm going to let you off the hook because I'm getting ready to wrap up and go home. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in Vegas.
All right. See you tomorrow. Right? It's tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow night, Joey Lee.
I'll be picking
Can't
you
wait.
up. I'll be
All right.
picking you up.
Oh, Joey, put your phone number in the chat, would you, so I can put it in my phone?
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem.
Later, Gator.
See you.